I'm glad that my phone is working. But I understand you guys are saying, hey, look, I'm raising fighters and I don't want to have raped daughters. Nobody wants to have them, but we're dealing with what this man said they deserve it. And that's what I don't understand. So y'all, please don't take me off of the topic.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Tommy?
Nothing much. I want you to do me a favor. Please don't take me off of the topic. The last caller kind of did, and I think all of y'all are doing it, and we're getting off of the subject with this. I'm asking.
No.
The person said, if you got raped, you deserve it. Go ahead. And you didn't fight.
I think the guy said maybe if you got raped, you don't deserve what happened to you. And I just would be kind of nervous. But I want to be nervous about this. That happened to me when I was 5 by a family member.
Mm.
And when I talked to my mom about it, she told me it was basically what she said to me was, well, something like that happened to me too. What happened to me is what shit happened to me is good for you too. It's fucked up, and that's how I was think.
Whoa, she said what?
Yes. Yes. Well, like we was having an argument, discussion, like what you did in my life and how you messed me up. I talked to her about it, and she said, "Well, that happened to me too. You know, like it was just a normal thing."
I want to say this to you. A lot of black women believe that if it's good for them, it's good for you. And they will respond. I think a lot of black women in America have been through so much. And I hate mitigating people's issues, but I got to say this. I think a lot of black women have been through so much mentally that they only know how to pass that down. I'm not trying to give your mother a pass. I don't give my mother a pass when she did it.
What?
But I'm saying to you, I think what happens is in order for these people to cope with what happened to them, they just become horrible people.
But can I tell you, she told me a discussion she had with my grandma. And my grandma basically just ignored it because all she wanted to do was she was dating this guy. This guy did something to her. She ignored it because that was the guy she was dating. Like, everything you said was true. And, like, you ain't talking, you talking real shit. Everything you're saying is true. Everything.
Listen, somebody in the comment section said they have a mother like that. I'm going to tell you, I had a mother like that. I told you guys a story that I was sitting there, and up until a month ago, finally got my mother to say that some of the shit she did and how she spoke about it was a problem. It's a damn problem. But then you hear their story, and then their story is like yours. But then they believe, you know, a lot of parents, good parents will say, will not tell their kids it was good enough for me, it was good enough for you. The whole purpose of being a parent is that each generation gets better. The problem is a lot of black mothers believe just what your mother said, because my mother said that. Like, the fuck? Are you honestly telling me I survived it? Like, they will speak to you like that. I don't know if your mama told you that, but I got that line. I survived it. What the hell?
Yeah, I got that.
And I'm scratching my head. I said, I can't believe she's saying this. She believes it too.
Now, you know the story you told, how you woke up, you vomited, and it was stuck to your face, and nobody helped you?
I woke up with what?
You went to a party with some of your friends, or it was out in Atlanta, and they didn't want to take you in the house because you was throwing up, so they left you out in the front.
Yes, they let me outside.
In that story, you were talking about how nobody helped you out, and nobody was doing anything. Soon as you graduate from school, like, as soon as I graduated school, and this was one of the realest things, I'm like, is he talking about me? As soon as you graduated, and soon as schools was coming up, and you was thinking about where you wanted to go, not one person was like, let me pay for your education, or not one person was like, well, you better do it yourself. Like, when you said that, when people wasn't trying to help y'all do none of that, I was like, hold on a second, are you talking about me? Because I was listening to you before then, but just some of the stuff you say is just real.
Listen,
no
let me tell you
where
something.
You live, it always happens.
Well, let me tell you something. Do you understand how much the things that I speak about resonate with a lot of people? Like, that's why I keep trying to explain to people. The things I say resonate a lot. Like, there are people who are listening like, that happened to me. He's telling my story. He's doing this. I tell you, that's what happened to me when I was in jail. I listened and I said, why do these dudes have the same story? Why is it that all of them have the same story and it revolves around some woman? It revolves around their mother. It revolves around their upbringing. And it's strange that nobody can tell the story, though. I kept saying, why can't we tell the story? And then I realized the problem is we're a matriarchal society in the black community. The mothers can do no wrong. So when these little girls are being exposed to mama's boyfriend, when these little boys are being exposed to mama's boyfriend, when uncle is raping, when all of this stuff is going down, we're already over-sexualized. We're an over-sexualized group of people to the point of where these little girls and these little boys are fighting off sexual advances from the time they're 4 and 5 years old. When that guy put up that video of that 6-year-old girl giving him head, the 6-year-old was normal to the 6-year-old. The 6-year-old didn't even know that was a problem. Do you understand? The 6-year-old didn't even think it was an issue because it had been done to that 6-year-old so long. That's the problem. These are the issues that we're running into. That you, me, and several other of us have been exposed to sex way before it should have happened. Like they say, when you take the butterfly and as soon as it comes out of the cocoon, you touch its wings, it can't fly anymore. The majority of us black children have had our wings touched way before it was time for us to fly. And we never got an opportunity to fly. It grounded us.
But like that little kid you showed who was cussing and telling some guy to put his ass on child support. Like,
yep.
Where all these kids learn this from? Straight up from their mom. Their mom don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kid grow up to be a fuck up. Oh, he was just trying to pay for his new school shirt, so he should go around killing people, robbing people.
Mm-hmm. We make the excuse. We make the excuse. So when I'm talking about this, and I know, and I said not to let me get off the subject, but I don't mind getting off the subject on this one, because tonight we've dealt with two real big issues on this one, and I'm glad we got away from, honestly, I brought up the subject not even to roast the person, but the fact that we say things like this so cavalier in the black community. I hope you guys understand this. I didn't bring this up to roast the person. It's because I'm tired of us being that cavalier about rape. I'm tired of us being that cavalier to where you have these situations where these little black girls have trains run on them by dudes. And I've seen that happen, where it was a story a little while ago. Literally, dudes will feel like they'll walk in the room, see a girl getting raped. She's screaming for help, and they won't help because they're like, well, I'm not, the dudes will whoop my ass if they do it, if I do something. And when you tell an individual who, one of the ways you can fight for your life is not fighting. And I don't understand why people don't get that. One of the ways that an adult can fight for their lives is not fighting. Not every fight needs to be fought. Just like you don't have to yell at everybody that's yelling back at you. There are people who've lost their lives because they didn't want to be a punk, and they yelled back at somebody who yelled at them, but that person who yelled at them didn't have shit to lose. And they escalated that yelling to shooting them. Remember the story I did about the guy in Florida who pushed down the white guy because the white guy was was yelling at his girlfriend. What happened next?
Yeah. He got shot. He got blew away.
He got blew away just for that crap. But I guess you're supposed to feel good because he stood up for his woman, huh?
Nah. I mean, you dead now. She gonna fuck another guy. She don't really care about him.
That's my point. So you got to think about this man saying, if you don't fight back, you deserve to get raped. When you add that second layer into it, you deserve it. Do you understand that that's how your mother spoke to you? That's how my mother spoke to me. That's how many of us who have been victims of rape were spoken to. You deserved it. You know how many young black girls end up just turning to working in the sex industry because they've been told you deserved it because your titties grew too fast. You deserved it because you sat in his lap. You deserved it because you were smiling at him too much. You deserved it for some damn reason. We keep telling these people they fucking deserve it. And that line, when he said that, that bothers me. And that's why people like you, me, and many of the people who are in the audience are screwed over, not because we were raped, but because of the people, how they dealt with us after it happened. Look at how your mother dealt with you. Look at how mine dealt with me. How we're dealt with after it happens is more of a problem than what was done to us.
Like my mom's boyfriend used to beat on a fire on, and I'm like, I can't keep helping you out when I can end up going to jail. Everybody like, oh, you should supposed to help your mom. You supposed to do this and that. I'm like, really? Every single time she get into an argument and discussion, I'm supposed to be there, like, to save her when it's her doing? And instead of calling the cops, because I advise her, like, call the cops. Why are you doing this? But no, they want you to save your black women and queen and uplift them. But no, they ain't doing shit but trying to get us killed.
You see the story I did to the two boys? One of them got beaten, the other one got stabbed to death. Well, one of them got beaten, cut, but he survived. The other one stabbed to death. Yet the mother was talking about how proud she was that her sons fought her jackass boyfriend for her. One of them died. The other one was severely cut. And all she cared was, oh, they stood up for Dave's mama. So when these people are saying this, it's hurting my feelings to hear them say, well, you fight back. You know what them boys should have done? They should have went out and called the damn police. They shouldn't have fought that man. That mom chose that man. She chose that man. And she chose a violent man that had a violent past that they had been violent with. And yet those boys felt like they had to do the same thing you felt like you had to do. The same thing I felt like I had to do. I'm up here fighting a grown man 9 times stronger than me for a woman who keeps sleeping with him. How dumb was that? Think about all the times I could have lost my life to this man that my mom decided to marry. Because she made me feel like the best thing to do was to fight this man. When I'm nowhere near big enough to fight this man. And my dumb ass was up there doing it, scared to go to sleep by myself, but willing to fight a man that frightens my mom. Who put that in my head? Who put in my head that I should fight to the death for this woman, but I'm afraid to go to sleep at night when the light ain't on?
All these women, your mom, every single black woman that think we supposed to uplift them.
That's my point. I'm glad you got it, young man. Y'all heard what he said? That's why I'm against that whole idea of people telling us we should uplift them regardless of what they do. I had a girl do a video talking about I like Brother Polite them better than old Tony. Because Tony, he tried to get smart with me when I said something to him. He came back to me and was disrespectful. Yeah, I was disrespectful to him, but I'm a woman. He shouldn't have been disrespectful. But at least Brother Polite and what's his name, they never made no videos being disrespectful to me. And I said, wait a minute, what? She said, yeah, I was disrespectful to them, but they respect black women enough not to be disrespectful back. I said, what the fuck?
I actually got suspended from school one time for calling a girl a bitch when she tried to get me beat up by. She threatened me during the whole classroom because I didn't want her to use my school supplies. I said no. She said, "Oh, you're a fucking nerd anyway." I said, "All right, whatever, bitch." Everybody started laughing. She said, "All right, I'm gonna get my brother to beat you up and jump you." As soon as we get out of class, some boy came up to me. "Hey, you call her B?" I'm like, "All right, I guess I gotta fight this asshole." They stopped it before we could fight. We go to the office, and the principal said, "Well, you're going to be suspended, and nothing happens to them two because I called her a bitch, and I should watch my mouth."
Listen. The fact is...
Like, so there's no repercussion. Only one side is to blame. You're not going to look at both sides as the problem.
It's what they do. It's what they do. And that's a damn shame.
But thank you for talking to me. That's pretty much all I had to say.
Thank you for the...
I appreciate you listening to what I had to tell you, sir.
Thank you for the call, man. That is really awesome. That you were able to share this story with us. I'm so sorry that something like this happened to you, but I want to thank you so much for just thank you for calling in and sharing. I know that had to be hard to share.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm calling people. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but I'm calling people to talk about this subject. I didn't know it was even going to be this deep. But if you email me, if all you got to do is go to my website, and the email address is on the website, I will bring you in. Email me your number. I'll bring you in. The next phone call is the young lady, Tracy. So let me bring in Tracy.